Hello guys, I'm going to be doing a WNBA video today, really just highlighting my favorite plays on this 3-game slate. Starting at forward today, we can really eliminate some of these options, like Jones not getting enough minutes. Only seen 8 minutes in like the past 4 games, so that's just not a play. Smith, I think Smith is actually pretty interesting, although I don't know if she's going to play. I don't think we're going to know if she's going to play by 10 o'clock because these teams can barely get out the injury news minutes to lock. So I'd probably fade that. Paris, I'm going to fade Hines Allen. She saw an extremely high fantasy points per minute last game. We don't know if Hawkins is going to play. I just don't think it's even a good play. I don't see her getting 13 points, 3 rebounds this game. I see her maybe getting, even if Hawkins is out, she won't even see more than 10 minutes. I'd fade that. Tuck, I'd fade. Just not that good. She has more of a defined role that now that Anigwe's off the team. But Polonese is on the team too, so she's split a role with her. So it's really confusing. Once Polonese has more of a role on the team, I don't think Tuck will really be in the rotation. Megan G, she's interesting with all the suspensions that went on with Dallas. She could actually be heavily in the rotation for this game. At 3,800, definitely in play. Stevens is out. Mosquito Lewis not getting a lot of minutes. Little out, I'd assume. Langhorne not getting enough minutes to be really fantasy relevant. She was fantasy relevant last year when she was getting starts, but now this year she's just not in play. Brown hasn't really been a part of the rotation these last 2 games. Aegis Taylor, it's hard to say whether these players are in play for the Mercury and the Wings because we don't know who's going to start for them. It's a little bit more clear on the Wings, but, if Taylor starts, she's in play, of course, at 4,500 because she can get you that 30 points for cheap. And we won't know if she will start because it's so late. We might get a clue later in the day, but for now, I'd say she's in play. I'd probably fade her. Hawkins fade. Turner, Russell. I really like Turner and Russell. I'd probably lock them in. They're really good value. Probably the 2 best value forwards on this slate. Other forwards I really like. I think Little is solid if she starts, but even if she starts, she hasn't really been that good. She's still coming back from that injury she had last year. She's just, I don't know. It's tough. I think Sanders is a better play. Vadiva not getting enough minutes. Thornton out. McGee. Even if McGee starts, it seems like she's only getting like 20 minutes, but she's a really good defender, so she can accumulate those defensive stats quickly. So I think she's in play. Powers in play. Clark, Johnson, Harrison. These are all good plays, no matter how you want to draw it up. I like Harrison a lot. I like Powers a lot. I think both of these players are fantastic. So I'm going to probably lock both of those in. I don't think you have to spend up at forward today. Howard, solid, but if she's only going to get you 40, I don't see why it's a must. I'd rather spend up at guard for one of my favorite plays, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Harrison, Powers, these are all starters. I really like raking in them starters. Obviously, if we know the starters later in the day on the Mercury and the Wings, things can change. But for now, I think these are my 4 favorite forward plays. Now, at guard, I'm going to lock in Bonner. She's seeing 25-plus shots now. Now that Griner and Taurasi are out, I'm scared. I think she's going to score a lot. I'm scared for the Sun. I'm really scared for y'all. I don't know how you're going to stop her. I'm going to lock her in. She's a lock. Now, looking at these other plays, I think the most interesting play on this slate is McCarthy Williams. People aren't talking about her. She saw 10 minutes. She saw a lot of those minutes when Kayla Thornton was out. And after all that happened, which is kind of intriguing. Are they going to start McCarthy? I think they are. I think McCarthy's going to get 20 plus minutes in this game. And I think she's capable of getting 20 points. And if she does that, that would be insane value. So if I lock her in, right? That's pretty good. That's pretty good to me, man. That sounds really good. You know, just trying to look at these other players real quick. Because I saw Natasha Cloud is 5,600. If you can fit in Natasha Cloud, ooh, this would be dangerous. This will be pretty dangerous. You know, I don't mind McGee Stafford. A lot of these Dallas players I actually really like. You know? I like Lori Johnson. I like a lot of these plays. A lot of these plays are fire. You know, I like Sophie Cunningham. Cunningham could do good things tonight. She could start. There's so many different possibilities tonight. It's a crazy slate. It's fascinating, but it's crazy. You know, this is an interesting slate. I think Cunningham will start tonight. I think this is what the Mercury will do. At point guard, I think that they will go with Bonner. I think Bonner will probably start at guard. That would make sense to me. Or they might start Turner at guard, Mitchell at shooting guard, Bonner at small forward, which now this leaves Cunningham at small forward, Bonner at power forward, and then Camille Little at center. That's what would make sense. Cunningham has started this year. You know, she only saw 3 minutes in the last game. But that's because, you know, all these new acquisitions. I think that Cunningham could have a great game. I think she'll get overlooked. I think she's one of the locks on the slate. So this is what I have so far. I think this is a great lineup. Just to rearrange these two to make it look a little bit prettier. You know, I like to do this. So looking at these, this is an incredibly good top 6. Bonner, incredibly good. Clark, great player. Powers, starting. Russell, great. Turner, great. Now, if Atkins is out tonight, this is something we have to keep an eye on. Walker Kimbrough's a lock. She'll start most likely in the place of Tolliver that Powers did. And they'll start Walker Kimbrough and Powers. So Walker Kimbrough at 4,200, it would be a lock because she's just really a good player. Now, Holmes, Strickland, I mean, these are okay plays. But nothing's really, you know, blowing my mind right here. So, yeah, this is what I have so far. This is my lineup. I think I love it. I'm loving the lineup. You know, we're stacking up on the Mercury. We're having faith that they stick to a similar rotation of what they had before. Because that's what would make sense. And yeah, overall, thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, comments about any of these other players that I didn't necessarily talk about, please comment them down below. And I hope everyone's having an amazing day. And yeah, peace.